Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Marky Picks. And today I got another banger of a free pick video for you for college football. We got not just 6 picks, because you guys showed so much support on my last video by smashing that like button. I got 10 free picks that I'm just giving away for you, all backed by my personal projections at the end of this video. So if you don't like any of my picks that I go over on the main slip, stick around to the end of the video. I've got 10 bangers that I'm just giving away here for college football Saturday this week for today. Quick recap of yesterday's slip. You can't hold us down forever. Another winning day. We went 4 out of 5 on the main slip that I posted. But I played other slips on the day. These are some of the highlights that I've had yesterday. I went 5 for 5 on this second slip. As you can see, I'm using like the similar picks that I used on the main slip, but I'm just swapping out a couple. And I also had a 4 pick. Floyd Chalk. I'm actually not too upset that he didn't play tonight. So that was kind of like a player I didn't have to worry about, because I watched that San Jose State game against New Mexico, and San Jose State was actually running the ball pretty effectively in this game. So I think if Floyd Chalk would have played, he might have won over this number. So while we missed out on a few payouts we could have had if we did play and went under, I'm not too upset about it. But just recapping the main slip that I posted, Grayson Loftus, you can see he's the one that didn't hit. He finished with -1 passing yards. I'm not sure what happened. I mean, I was watching this game. I wanted to throw up. I mean, this was like one of the worst displays of football you can ever watch. And I'm glad I had other games and other player props available for tonight, because I was watching that game early, and I don't know what was going on. He couldn't complete a pass. I mean, he completed one pass and it went negative. Then he finally completed one pass and it went for 2 yards, so he finished with -1 before they took him out of the game. I was kind of hoping that PrizePicks would rebuke this play, because he didn't play the whole, he only played the 1 quarter, and he started the second quarter and barely played like one drive, and eventually the coach said he had enough and brought in their third string quarterback, because Loftus wasn't their primarily starter. But I mean, I figured in this game, because South Florida, they made South Florida's defense look like they're playing in a different league. Because Loftus looks like he's playing in high school, and South Florida's playing in the NFL. So that's really what it looked like in this game. It didn't go our way at all. It's just unfortunate things that happened there, but everything else was solidly over. There was no sweats whatsoever on this slip. Jack Lane, this game script played perfectly into this over. I mean, I was expecting it to go this way, but it went even better than I was expecting. He's finished with 344 passing yards. They were playing from behind, especially in that second half. They were playing from behind a lot. He actually had like a 50-plus yard touchdown pass that got called back, and so he could really had like 400 yards in this game easily. That play didn't get called back, but Floyd Chalk didn't play. Not too upset about it. Lucky Sutton. This was the only one that was looking kind of interesting. He started out in that first quarter. He had like 33 rushing yards, which was awesome, but he was hovering around 33 to 39 rushing yards at halftime. So I was wondering what was going on there. He wasn't getting the touches that much in the second quarter, but third quarter they went right back to Sutton, because they were also playing with a lead in this game, which I expected to happen. I wasn't expecting this much points to be scored, but they were playing with the lead, so that helped out Sutton, and he broke out some big runs there in that second half and smashed the over. Bear Bachmeier, wow. He finally let it loose tonight. I was expecting him to do that, as West Virginia is not a good passing defensive team. Bear Bachmeier was looking have one of those. I feel like this is like the perfect opportunity for him to have a breakout game, and I think this was definitely the game where BYU is really trying to show the nation on Friday night, or like the only game that's on that's like worth watching, I guess, or like name value team. But Bear Bachmeier, I think, wanted to show not only his fans, but I think the country that BYU is a team to be reckoned with. So smashed the over there easily. And lastly, Maverick McIver, under 315. I faded the public here, and sometimes you got to do that. Sometimes you got to take stands, and I took a stand here. My projection said he was going to go under, and the game script played perfectly into the under, even though there was lots of points scored. So I mean, yeah, I mean the over wasn't. It didn't quite get to the over, but it was close. It got to 51, I think. Yeah, 51, 27, 24. So yeah, it was just short. The game was playing really slow, especially in that first half. I think it was only like 10-7 or something in that first half. The scoring finally picked up there in the second half, but Western Kentucky was playing with a lead there, especially in that fourth quarter. They were up by 10, so if they were playing from behind, I think the over would have hit and the under wouldn't have hit. But since the game went in our favor, which I predicted it to do, it cashed out. That gave us the 4 out of 5 on the slip. Another winning day. I had one of my worst days on PrizePicks yesterday, and that doesn't usually happen too much. I'm cashing on a couple slips. Yesterday I didn't hit anything, but I knew you're not gonna keep me down from not winning here too much. But like I said, we're gonna keep losing streaks to a minimum, and we're jumping on. I got so many free picks for you guys today. I hope y'all enjoy them. So without further ado, let's go ahead and jump into the pick number 1 of the day, and we're rocking with Eli Holstein over 215.5 passing yards. My projection is at 255.1. Pittsburgh taking on Boston College in this matchup. I just think this line is way too low for the kind of player that Holstein is and the kind of game script that this can be. Boston College is not a good defense at all. And the spread thinks this game's going to, I think Pitt is favored by like 6.5 or something, but the game total is like almost in the 60s, I think. So it doesn't make any sense why this line is at 215. I mean, it should be around 250, and that's what I got them projected for. I think there's a chance Pitt could be playing from behind in this game. And if that happens, this should easily go over because, I mean, they're going to have to throw the ball, and Holstein can make some big plays down the field. And I don't think Boston College can stop them. So I think this game script works perfectly for just lots of big explosive plays to happen on both sides, really. I was looking at Lonergan, the Boston College quarterback, but it wasn't as nice as this one. This just seems like way too low of a line set here. So great starter kicking off there at noon. We got a couple of noon games here, but that's a great start to this main slip. Pick number 2, Ryan Brown over 238.5 passing yards. My projection is at 291.2. This is another spot where it's Purdue versus Illinois. Purdue's playing at home. Illinois has not been a very good defense at all this year, which I was coming into the season, I was expecting that to be one of their strengths. They're like returning a lot of veterans on their team, and their defense has not really stepped up at all. They've been getting shredded and torched by like everybody they've played, especially the last 2 games they played. They got torched by USC. Even though they did win that game, USC was moving the ball pretty easily. They were just turning the ball over, and penalties kind of messed them up from like scoring even more points. They also played Indiana, and they got destroyed like 70-10 or something. I remember, but Indiana was doing whatever they wanted. They were running the ball, passing the ball, and I think this is a game where the game script is just favoring the over here because Purdue should be trailing for most of this game. I think Illinois is favored by like, I don't know, I think it's 10 points. I didn't see the line, but I know the total is like in the 50s. So if Purdue was playing on the road here, if they're playing at Illinois, I wouldn't have probably picked this. But since they're playing at home, it shouldn't be too crazy for him not to hit this number. So I think this is a great overplay here. Pick number 2. Pick number 3, we're jumping into Maddox Matson over 215.5 passing yards. My projection is at 282.5. Boise State taking on Notre Dame on the road. Maddox Matson isn't like some rookie off the side of the street. He's been in big one once before. He played in the College Football Playoff last year. I think he's a good quarterback. I think he's one of the top quarterbacks in the country. He's easily top 25 quarterback in the country. And I think people probably wouldn't agree with that, but I'm agreeing with that. I think he's a good quarterback. And I know he's gone over this line in his 5 straight games. So I know he had that rough game in game 1 against USF, but he still was able to clear his line, even though they lost. If Boise State wants to be in the college football playoff conversation, they have to win this game and go on a run and win out. If they don't, then they're not going to make the playoffs. They're going to go to a bowl game. But I think Boise State can make this a little bit of a game here for, I think, I would say a half. They can make it competitive, and if they do make it competitive, Maddox Matson's going to have to make plays through the air because their running game isn't that great. I think they're going to have to rely on their passing to make plays, and Notre Dame is not a good passing defense. I do not like their passing defense at all. I think, Matt, this line is just way too low again. This is similar to Holstein's line, but I think this is actually might be even worse than Holstein's line. But I love this overplay so far. These 3 picks right here, I'm loving these overs. Let's jump into pick number 4. We're going Baron Morton under 267.5 passing yards. My projection is at 216 on the dot. So this is probably the riskiest play of the whole slip. I know this is probably not a popular pick at all. Texas Tech is taking on, I believe, Houston. They're taking on Houston. Houston is a sneaky good team here. I think this could be a very easy trap game for Texas Tech. Texas Tech is coming off a bye, so they are going to be pretty rested for this one. Houston's coming off an emotional win against Oregon State last week when they were trailing, and they came back and won it late. This is a good Houston team. I think this is a Houston team that can, make a statement this week if they can pull off an upset. I think they keep it close. I really do. I really do think they keep it close. Houston's defense is pretty strong. That's definitely their strong suit. They like to play defense. They like to run the ball as well. And they got the veteran Connor Wegman at quarterback as well for Houston. So I think they could definitely make this a game. I think Texas Tech does end up winning, but I think Baron Morton gets shut down a little bit. I don't think he has the explosive passing plays down the field because Houston's been pretty solid at limiting the explosive plays. But I do think he makes these underneath throws and gets yards that way. But that leads me to believe that he's going under this line. So I think it's probably the riskiest play. So I mean, if you don't, I'm telling you right now, you probably want to replace this one with one of the honorable mentions. So let's jump into pick number 5. Pick number 5, we're going Michael Welch under 51.5 rushing yards. My projection is at 39.6. Colorado taking on TCU on the at night. TCU's favored by like 17.5 points or something. They're double-digit favorites, so this is a game where Colorado should be trailing the whole way. And if that's the case, I don't see Michael Welch getting the volume to get to this line. So I got Michael Welch getting around like 8 carries in this one. I don't think he's getting over 51.5 rushing yards if he's only getting that amount of volume. Now, if I know TCU, they're coming off of a tough loss, so they could be thinking about that and overlook Colorado, and Colorado ends up playing with a lead, and that means Michael Welch does get more rushing volume. But I don't see that happening. I think TCU coming out here with a chip on their shoulder, and I think they're gonna stomp Colorado here in this one. So if that's the case, Michael Welch isn't gonna get the volume to get over this line. So great 5th pick there. Pick number 6, we're going with Bryson Washington over 85.5 rushing yards. My projection is at 107 on the dot. Baylor taking on Kansas State. They're at home, so they got the home crowd behind them, and they are favored by 5.5, so they are favored to win this game. I do think they end up winning this game. I think this line's right where I think it should be. It should be a close game all the way. Kansas State, I thought their defense was going to be a lot better than what it's showing right now. I'm looking at this line 85.5. I would think this line would be pretty accurate, but my projection actually has him to go well over this line, and I think he does. I think he definitely gets the volume. He gets his consistent volume. I got him to get at least 18 carries in this game. I think he can easily see 20 plus, easily 20 plus. So I think he easily can get over 85.5 rushing yards in this one. As long as Baylor is playing with a lead, which I think they would be. I think Kansas State makes it close because I think Avery Johnson can make some plays. But yeah, I think this is a great closer to the main slip. And now what you got, my gift to y'all, here it is. 10 free picks right here, all backed by my projections. If you didn't like any of the ones I mentioned in the main slip, feel free to go ahead and make your own slip with these. Maybe flip-flop a couple. Do whatever you want with these picks. These are just some of the stuff I'm giving back to y'all for showing me so much support in my last video. Now, if you guys want to continue to see more, free picks like this in this video, get this video to 20 likes. And tomorrow for NFL, I'll do the same thing. I'll drop the 6-pick main slip, plus I'll give you 10 additional free picks. So it's all up to y'all. If y'all want to see more, you got to show the sport. So, yeah, these are all back on my projections. So I signed off on all of these. I think they're all really strong plays. I'll probably be playing every single one of these on a slip. Go check out my MLB video. I posted a couple hours ago. I also did the same thing there. So You add those together, you're getting 32 free picks today on the channel. I mean, who's doing that out there right now? It's giving you this much free action. So yeah, that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. It really means a lot. This channel's really been growing each and every day. It's all thanks to you guys. I mean, I can't do this without you guys. I really want to grow this channel and help everybody out as much as I can that needs free cash, free wins, playing prize picks. I'm gonna start getting into other stuff eventually, but right now I'm focusing on the prize pick side because I think that's the most popular sports betting angle right now. An app. You can also probably play these on Underdog, and like there's all kinds of pick'em sites. Or maybe just take straight lines on a regular sports book that have it. You can also do that. Find a way to make some profit each and every day. That's what this channel is all about. That's gonna do it for this video, guys. I'll see you tomorrow for more NFL action, and that's it, guys. I'll see you in the next one.